The first week of July saw mainly cloudy and showery weather and a westerly breeze. From the 10th until the 22nd, high pressure brought dry, sunny weather to southern England, but further north and west it remained for the most part unsettled, with just brief spells of the fine sunny conditions between the 10th and the 12th and the 19th to the 21st. Changeable weather continued over much of the British Isles until the last 2 days of July, when it became warm and sunny. Despite the generally unsettled weather and fewer people out observing from land and boats following the COVID-19 pandemic, we have had over 1,200 sightings of 10 species in July due to large parts of the efforts of observers during the National Whale and Dolphin Watch event that ran from the 25th of July to the 2nd of August. Harbour porpoises were recorded all around the British Isles in every region. During July, many porpoises have young calves dependent upon them, so it's not uncommon to see them in twos, a female and a calf. In some areas, such as in the Inner Hebrides off South Devon, southwest Cornwall and the north coast of Anglesey, aggregations of between 10 and 30 porpoises were reported. Bottlenose dolphins were seen regularly in the Moray Firth, typically in small groups of less than 10. Further afield, bottlenose dolphin groups of up to 40 animals were spotted off the coasts of Aberdeenshire and Fife, Durham, Tyne and Wear, in the latter areas on an almost daily basis. In the North Sea, there were even sightings of the species as far south as Yorkshire and Humberside. On the south coast, bottlenose dolphins were seen mainly in their familiar coastal haunts off West Cornwall. However, groups numbering up to 40 animals were also seen off the coast of South Devon, Dorset and Hampshire. The population that inhabits the Channel Islands and adjoining French coasts was also seen on several occasions. Most bottlenose dolphin sightings in Wales were in Cardigan Bay, but small groups of up to 10 were also reported from Anglesey and northeast Wales. Larger groups of up to 35 occurred at various localities around the Isle of Man, and further north there were small numbers along the coast of County Antrim in Northern Ireland and southwest Scotland, north to the Hebridean islands of Jura, Skye and Barra. Common dolphins occurred in greatest numbers in the English Channel, with large schools numbering up to 300 animals off the coasts of southwest Cornwall and South Devon. The species was reported as far east as the Isle of Wight and the Channel Islands. Smaller numbers were seen in the Irish Sea west of Wales and off the Isle of Man, and further north off West Scotland and the Hebrides, with the northernmost sighting occurring in Orkney. There were no confirmed sightings reported in the North Sea. A large school of Atlantic white-sided dolphins came into Shetland waters towards the end of the month, with sightings of up to 150 animals off the southeast coast. The species was also reported at the same time from Orkney. Whitebeak dolphins were recorded only off the northeast coast of England, in groups of up to 20 in the vicinity of the Farne Islands in Northumberland. There were also sightings in the Pentland Firth off North Scotland. The Risso's dolphin has a largely west coast but patchy distribution, and sightings through July reflected that. It was seen in groups of up to 20 in Shetland and Orkney, in both the Outer and Inner Hebrides, off the coasts of the Isle of Man and Anglesey and southwest Cornwall. There was also a sighting in Guernsey, Channel Islands. There were several sightings of killer whales this month, mostly solitary animals or small groups of less than 8, particularly around Shetland and Orkney, but also in the Outer Hebrides off Barra and North Uist. There was an unconfirmed sighting of 2 killer whales off Carnoustie in the Firth of Forth. Small numbers of minke whales were seen in several regions throughout July, on the west coast from Cornwall, in the south to the Isle of Man, West Scotland, Hebrides, Orkney and Shetland in the north, and on the east coast in the Moray Firth, south to the coastal waters of Northumberland and Yorkshire. In the English Channel, the species was recorded several times on the South Devon coast and in the Channel Islands. Most sightings were of single animals, but off Egg in Skye, an aggregation of 12 minkies was counted. Humpback whales continue to delight onlookers in various parts of the British Isles, with up to 3 off Timpwen Head in the Outer Hebrides. A similar number off the Isle of Coll in the Inner Hebrides and single animals off Port Lethen, Aberdeenshire and Lundy Island. The most unusual whale sighting in British coastal waters this month was of a fin whale off Dartmouth Estuary in South Devon on the 12th of July. However, much more unusual was the sighting of a North Atlantic right whale south of the British Isles in the northern Bay of Biscay on the 22nd of July, spotted by the crew of a tanker headed for southern Spain from Scotland. This critically endangered species has only around 400 individuals in the world, almost all living off the east coast of North America.